All right, awesome. First of all, how you feeling? What's the rehab been like?
I'm feeling good. I'm about 2 months out of surgery. Rehab's been going well, right on schedule. Actually, probably a little ahead of schedule. So I continue my rehab throughout the process, and may be able to, start doing some football drills here in the next couple of weeks.
The headbands, is this the last ride of the Power Rangers together?
Yeah, we're riding out on our high horses right now, so this kind of like our last hurrah. So we found these headbands and, said we rock them at Pro Day.
Can you give us any insight on what this process has been like for you, not being able to go through the drills, but I'm assuming still talking to teams?
Yeah. I mean, it's been different, because growing up, you think it's going to be a process of whether, you're working out for teams, going to the combine, working out at Pro Day. And then when, you're not afforded that opportunity because of an injury you chose to play with during the season, it kind of hurts. But at the same time, I've definitely still been able to enjoy the process and still, help my draft status as much as I can without, performing for coaches and scouts and GMs. So it's definitely been a different process than the others get to go through. But, I've been dealt the hand, so I'm playing my cards. I definitely wake up every day with a great mindset, great attitude. Because I can't change anything. I just got to, start where I'm at.
Are you confident that the stuff you have on film, your games that you've put on film, is enough to really state your case to these evaluators?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I put 2 years of good film out there. And at the end of the day, I don't think a team's going to draft a guy just because of what he did in underwear and shorts. So at the end of the day, everybody that's getting drafted and evaluated, 90% of it is what you put on film. So I've done my 90%. I wasn't allowed the opportunity to put my 10% out there, so it is what it is, and I continue to do what I can do and work back from my injury.
Some teams are looking for guys that can play multiple positions out there. How about where do you fit in all this?
Oh yeah, I think I can play a multitude of positions in either a 3-4 or 4-3 defense. I played 3 technique, I played 5 technique end, I played jack linebacker. So we do so much in our defense. It's actually been a great thing that, teams can see me at any position and see that I can play it well and be a really good, versatile guy. So that's definitely been a plus.
Is there a spot or an area that you'd like to go in the country?
No, not really. Who's ever willing to take a chance on me and give me an opportunity, that's where I want to go.
You just mentioned this is only 10% of the process, but what have your handlers or maybe others within the NFL told you about how much they expect not being able to work out right now will affect your draft stock?
Really not at all. Like I said, I'm just not afforded the opportunity to improve it on the field just because I can't do any of the drills or anything. But evaluators, my agent, people that I confide in, they told me that people really don't care. Actually, it's been a plus to see a guy play with a torn pec at my position and use that arm every single play because I'm a left end and I tore my right pec. So they actually thought it was really great. My stats went up after the injury, so it's actually been more of a positive than a negative, to be honest with you.
What went into your decision to keep playing after the injury happened?
I came back for a reason, man. Came back to not only help myself this year in the draft, but to also win the national championship. That was the main thing for all of us that came back. We wanted to get this team back on the top of the mountain, and if I could walk, I was going to be out on the field. So. That was really my main decision. Wanted to do what was best for the team and not necessarily just myself.
That injury happened. That injury happened like right the third play or so of the Louisville game, I believe, right?
The second series.
Second series.
Did you have to take a shot to get ready to play? Just tape up tight? What did you have to do to get ready to play a game?
First of all, I was very limited in practice when it happened. I had to go throughout the week with kind of just feeling the pain, just because you can't get a shot every single day for practice. But before games, I, of course, got a Toradol shot, just to mask the pain, kind of cover it up, and then my adrenaline kicked in, so it kind of helped me a little bit. But then after the game, of course, it was hurting. And throughout the course of the season, later we got, I really couldn't even feel it anymore. And then I finally had surgery on the 17th. So it was a struggle, but, it was all worth it. It was all worth it.
How unusual in this day where guys go for the money as early as they can get it is to do what you guys did and come back?
It's not very common at all, man. But I think that's what made, not only us special, but made Clemson special. We got a bunch of uncommon people in this building that's made this program what it is, and it starts at the top with Coach Swinney. He's an uncommon head football coach. Anybody that spent time with him or around him, they know that. And, I think that's what that's attributed to.
How would you describe the bond between the 5 of you on that D-line and
Where did it all begin?
It began when we first got here in June. I remember it was like midnight. We literally broke into Death Valley and had our playbooks that the coaches had gave us when we got here, and we're running through plays and conditioning, and it's midnight. And that's when I kind of knew, like, we really got a chance to be special, because we got a bunch of guys that want it, have a purpose, and are driven by their goals. So that's when I knew. A lot of people don't know that, but that's when the first months I was like, we got a chance to do something special.
When you have conversations with your fellow line mates, what and the draft comes up, what are the main kind of topics? Is it the money that's out there? What cities you'd like to go play for? What teams? What's kind of the main theme of those talks like?
A lot of times, it's just probably just say what cities that we would like to play in, where we would feel most comfortable or always dreamed about playing. But other than that, that's about it.
So you still hoping to hold that mock pro day before the draft?
Yeah, I am still hoping to be able to have a mock pro day before the draft. Right now it's just depending on what my doctor says, and after he sees me again in the next couple of weeks, how far along he thinks I am to be able to do the stuff that I would need to be able to do for a team to come watch me work out.
At what point are you expecting to be back to 100%?
Full time, 100% is at 6 months, so that'll probably be like June.
Yeah, also, how did you get up here all the way from Thomas County Central, from the Atlanta AJC, and bypassed a couple places to get here and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, they recruited me. Started recruiting me my junior year. Came up here and visited. I loved the place, fell in love with it, fell in love with the people. Had an opportunity to play early, and it was a great public university. So for me, it was just the right fit for the type of person that I am. So. That's why I put my name on the paper.
And the bond with the defensive line and the group, you talked a little bit about it, but will you miss that as you move on?
Oh, definitely, man. I think anytime you build a bond with a group of guys, you're going to miss it. But, we're all mature, and we all know that, this is something every man has to do on his own. We're in the workforce now, so everybody's on their own. We'll definitely always have that relationship with one another. I imagine we'll still get together really often. So I'm not that worried, but I'm going to miss seeing them every single day.
What kind of added importance do you put on these meetings with teams